Good day, everyone. This is Pineleaf Needles, and welcome to DDO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news in DDO and here at DDO Players. And please welcome my co-host from Ravenloft, Draculetta.
Hey, everybody. And somebody's getting a text.
And also,
It wasn't
please
me.
welcome our...
We're off to a great start already.
Actually, it was
special
saying
guest.
that we're
Can't
live.
even wait till I finish before... Yeah. Let's welcome our special guests, Bonnie Mew and the damsels of DDO, Sabajade, Lesa, and Mithri.
Hello.
You did
Hello.
it again, finally. You
What?
did it again.
What?
It's Lessa. You
I
always
wasn't
say
Call her
Lesa.
Lesa.
You leave
Lisa.
Pine Leaf alone.
Poor Pineleaf. He's lost all control already.
Oh, well.
This is awesome.
Last time we broke Pine Leaf, but
Laura
this time
or
it took us
Lessa.
less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, about 32 seconds in, we have broken Pineleaf. It is a new world record.
Let's head into the news before things all go into turmoil. And there was a Tuesday hot fix last week, and anything useful fixed in there?
They fixed a few things. The major thing was they fixed an issue where several of the green steel weapon effects were not persistent through logout. So that is now corrected. The Arcane Warrior now works with range weapons. Riposte no longer causes game performance issues. And I think the biggest thing they fixed was the Tendon Slice is no longer the cruelest form of PvP. People can no longer
the
troll.
cruelest form of PvP?
This is true. That's right. From what I heard, it was. I guess there was some people that were trolling bad in the PvP pits.
It didn't go away. You got tendon sliced. It didn't go away until you died. But I die all the time, so I didn't care.
We have PvP?
Yeah, I know. That's sort of my reaction.
Yeah.
We only
This
have
was a
PvP
problem?
when
Yeah.
we only have PvP when something like this is broken, and you can use potions of wonder to kill people as you walk past them in the
Nice.
harbor or something, or when you can tendon slice your friends and enemies.
Also, they adjusted the horn sounds in the To Curse the Sky quest. Thank God.
Thank the Sovereign Host.
Oh, that was horrible.
Oh,
It was horny.
Now, my question does that mean that I only heard the fixed version of it?
Correct. You would have known if we would have been in there with the non-fixed version of it.
Okay.
Because you would have been scrambling to turn your game sounds off totally.
Okay.
And the thing is, now that they fixed it, I kind of miss it a little.
Yeah, I think they kind of went too far with it.
Because
It's like, I kind of want to hear the horns a little bit.
I did the quest just enough to be to get all the jokes out of my system about the horns and stuff. And now that the horns are under control, I'm like, I don't get to joke about the horns anymore. It's sad.
And then the final thing in the hotfix was the Tempest Spine runes are now accepted by the Tempest Spine rune trader instead of the Hound of Zoriat runes, although the tooltip is still continuing to say that he wants Zorian runes. Apparently that will be fixed as well at a later date. And that's really it for the hotfix.
Right. Then let's head on to the DDO Chronicle, issue 172, where looks like it has to do with the Codex War, because I see a Codex on the front.
You're not supposed to talk about the Codex, Pineleaf.
I'm not supposed to talk about the Codex.
Bad things are going to happen now because you talk.
Is this like Voldemort or
That's
the King
right.
in Yellow? Okay.
In the community spotlight section. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to thank Pine Leaf
For
for mentioning
what?
the sea, for
You
mentioning that
just
word.
caused the end of the world. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, don't worry. It's not like I said Haster. Oops.
Ah!
In the community spotlight section, we have DDO Cast wants to hear from you. Patrick is asking for some responses to a survey, and you can also maybe win some prizes. So click over and answer his questions. It's a pretty quick survey. Should probably only take you about 10 or 15 minutes, I would say, to fill it out, if that's pretty simple. And I guess some of these questions he is going to use for a new edition of the world-famous Guild Feud. Is going to be returning soon to DDO Cast. So go over and give your opinions. In the fansite news section, the Damsels of DDO headed into the Inspired Quarter, and in all things damsels happened.
Oh.
I won't spoil it if you haven't watched it yet, but it was pretty good. DDO Cast had a chat with the DDO team as well, just like we did. So you can click over and listen to both of those. They got a different set of devs than what we had for our chat. And Arraetrikos looks at the new random loot system. So click over and read his blog to find out what he thinks of the new random loot. And that is really about it for our Chronicle this week.
Except for one part. Because the Gilder Noun bonus is still going on. Just remember that one.
Oh, I completely forgot about
juicy.
that. It is.
And the grouping XP bonus going on. That is also pretty much a big deal.
And that is a 5% group bonus for every member in your party other than yourself, and a 50% guild renown bonus. And that did start last Thursday, and that runs through January 3rd.
Go make friends, everybody.
And I see that we have, for the screenshot of the week, someone is attempting to fight a frost giant.
I'm guessing that's some Stormhorns, maybe. I don't know. I've never been there yet, so anyone?
That could be Giant Hole? I don't know. I closed my Chronicle, so now I can't even picture.
Apparently none of the damsels have it open, so they can't answer. Okay, moving on.
Yes, then let's head into the store sales. Anything useful for sale this week?
There is some good stuff on sale. 25% off adventure packs. And that pretty much includes every single adventure pack that has ever been out. I will have them listed in the show notes. I'm not even going to attempt to read all these because there is a ton of them. But it's always a good time to buy adventure packs when they're on sale if you need them. Also, Quest XP Elixirs, 25% off. The December deals, this is the last week for them. These run through the 31st. The Sovereign Healing Potions are 35% off. Challenge Tools are 35% off. And we have to get to the little notes that are in the show notes here in a second. 75% off the Artificer class, plus 2 Tomes of Fate. And we have 50% off select cosmetic armors and outfits and skill tomes. Also, you want to be aware that it is triple bonus points through January 3rd. So you have absolutely no excuses for not buying points, because now is the time to do it when you get triple bonus points. Also, the free sample of the week is the Lasting Potion of Resist Fire. You get 5 of those when you use the coupon code that you can find in our show notes, and you can use that twice per account this time.
I suppose it's twice per account because we have a fortnight sale instead of a usual weekly sale.
That was probably be why.
It looks like the only quest pack that I don't see in this copious list is the Codex War.
Well, of course, because
right, you get us the new one. Wow, what a coincidence!
Oh no, it's not in there.
Yeah, Usually the new ones are never on sale.
No, it isn't there. It isn't there.
Is it?
Where?
The Veil of Twilight's in there, and it's part of the Veil of Twilight.
Oh, that's right.
It's part of the Veil.
Yep, it is.
Okay. It's not. It's on.
So if
Never
you
mind.
already own the Veil of Twilight, then you just got all this goodness.
So, as I mentioned before, there is some little bonus stuff added to our show notes here about the Sovereign Healing Potions. Bonnie, do you care to share?
Oh my gosh! No, I was streaming. I was streaming yesterday, and I ran out of pots, and I'm like, okay, I have to buy pots, and I'm like, I looked at the prices of the Superior Healing pots, and I'm like, well, I got to buy 100 because like buying 50 is like only 100 like turbine points less. And now I see that the Sovereign Healing pots were on sale, and I could have bought them on sale, and I feel really stupid. Stupid.
And Lessa, you're up for the challenge tool.
What's a challenge tool?
You're a challenge.
Me, I'm a challenge tool. Why would you spend
you're
money
on
on
sale?
this? Why would you? I am.
You're like a challenge tool machine.
Yes. I just don't understand why anyone would buy challenge tools in the DDO store.
Like check, Cobalt Island, check.
That's me.
Why would people buy those in the store? That is people that have way too many turbine points.
I guess so.
Because they can't afford the real Lessa.
Nobody can afford
I'm expensive.
Nobody can. The price is high. Oh, and there's one other thing. I was really excited. Okay, public service announcement for anybody who cares. Purple and yellow cosmetic eyes are now in the DDO store. Well, really purple. Purple's important. And then they threw in yellow as a bonus, and it looks pretty cool. It doesn't look like people have peed in your eyes at all. It looks like really cool, like you're angelic or demonic or something. So they're really cool. So tell all your moose friends. Moosey Pants finally got some purple eyes. She's been trying ever since you could get those eyes cosmetics.
That makes
Yes.
sense now, because I
It's
noticed
been
today I was running around, and there were like so many people that had purple eyes going on today, and I wondered what was the deal with that. But okay,
All right.
that
finally
explains
became
it.
available for purchase. Before, the only way you could get them is on a daily dice roll. If you rolled between like 96 and 98, or 97 and 99, something like that. And then it was in the list, and but now you can buy them. And I gave Moosey purple eyes for Christmas, and she's happy. She's a happy moose. So yay!
So I was just thinking, so if you wanted to play Perrin Golden Eyes, you now do it by buying yellow cosmetic eyes.
Yes, they look nice. They
Right.
look much better than yellow guild names.
Let's go into our site news. The Shadowfell Conspiracy Collector's Edition giveaway, and there's a winning announcement.
We do have our winner. They emailed me back today. The winner is Lucaso, I guess I'm going to say. I suppose that's how you pronounce it. He was the winner. The winning number, if anybody wants to know, was 59. We had 144 entries, and he was number 59 that the RNG generated. So congrats to him. He was pretty excited about getting that pack. I think he was actually going to give it to somebody, he said. So awesome. And once again, thanks to Livmo for giving us that code and having us be able to do that giveaway.
And it looks like we have neither any news beyond DDO nor any tabletop news.
We have nothing.
Well then,
Nothing.
It's everybody was doing nothing for the holidays, apparently. I figured at least we get something out of Wizards, and they didn't even have any news. So yeah, there's just like nothing going on in tabletop or
Can we
RPG.
talk about the Cthulhu card game again? Because that's awesome.
That is awesome. I think
That you
I'm
talked about
gonna
last
have to get
week?
that. Yes,
I
I
can't
think I'm
wait.
gonna have to get that. I can't wait either. That's gonna be a fun game.
then it is time for our main event for today, our DDO Year in Review. And I'll introduce our host for the Year in Review, Dracula.
Ooh, it's our main event. I like that. That sounds like this is actually going to be special.
What? Nobody's going to punch anybody, are they?
Maybe.
Main event.
Might
Okay.
be a death match. We'll have to see later. Many will enter. Only one will leave.
Well, with this group, it's more like a steel cage match.
True.
Well, chances
True.
are, if only one leaves, it's going to be Saba Jade because she has all the drones.
All right, we are going to take a look back at the year that was in DDO. We're going to start in April, where we had Update 25 and the Reign of Elemental Evil. That, of course, included the Temple of Elemental Evil, the Temple Crafting System, Monster Manual, Valium. Why did my show notes just move?
They gave us Valium?
They did give us Valium. I don't know. My show notes scrolled on me, and now I can't get my show notes back. Hold on.
Bad show note. Bad show note.
Okay, here we go. I don't know why that did that. That was really weird. Monster Volume 4. The Rogue enhancement were reworked. That included the Assassin, the Mechanic, and the Thief Acrobat. And the Update 25 named items. So we'll just talk about the Temple of Elemental Evil just a little bit. What did everybody think about the temple?
It was the greatest thing ever. I had a lot of fun. Okay, I had a lot of fun playing in the Temple of Elemental Evil, and I did it a lot, and I didn't mind. So I think it was nicely done. I mean, of course, there's certain things in the module that didn't get implemented, but there are a lot of things like I think the sentiment of it was nice and golden, and having Will Wheaton as a DM was a wonderful experience. And Zagat Moy is the best.
I will agree. This was, since I do not have a character high enough yet to run Haunted Halls, this was the first time that I've actually got to see DDO do a, quote, classic module. And like you said, I think they did it justice. They did it well. There was a few things I would have liked to see them do that wasn't in the original manual, but I think they did a good job. And I think, though that Zagadmoy fight, ooh, I'm telling you. Oh, that Zagadmoy fight.
It's fun.
And did anybody do any of the crafting? Because I did not.
I did not.
I did.
Nope.
I only got enough for one set, total set, and it's great. Yeah, it takes a lot of stuff though.
Yeah, that's why
and I never did get a heroic assassin's kiss because I wanted a heroic one. I got an epic one. and I wanted to have a second cranium cracker so I could dual wield them. But then they nerfed double wielding a little bit, and so maybe it's a moot point now. But yeah, I did the crafting system. It takes a nice love for many adventures in the Temple of Elemental Evil to do that. But it's worth it for the epic set, I feel, if you have the time.
I might have to go back and look at that because I have a bunch of mushrooms, but I don't think I have enough to even do like one tier yet because, like you said, it took a heck of a lot of mushrooms to.
Yeah, I don't think heroic gives you anything really. I mean, you can upgrade the weapons, which is really nice, but I don't think it gives you like a set bonus like the epic set does. So that wasn't as exciting. The named items were more exciting for me in heroic Temple.
Yeah, I used that bow that came out of there for a long time, actually. I don't use it much anymore because I got a better bow now. But and then again, this was my first like taste of actually running the thing over and over and over and over to try to get drops.
Wait, did we do that with you for the first time you ran it, Moosey and I?
Yep.
That's right, and it was the first time we did it on heroic, and we went in there like thinking that we were everything in a bag of chips, and then they shot us.
What, the Batman ballista?
No, it was just the archers. We didn't have displacement because we were only like level 9, and we were doing it on elite because we're mean, and we make Draculetta do things on elite. And they just shot holes in us left, right, and center, and then finally we caught on to what was happening. But that was a rude awakening, actually. It's all coming back to me now. Whoa.
Yeah, those archers in there are insane, and they're still insane in there, I think. I don't know. I will have to go and run the temple again. I haven't ran it lately. Damsels, you have anything to add about the temple in update 25?
Go, Saba. I know you want to say something.
No, I was going to say, you're our spokesman. Go ahead.
Oh, right. I'm the spokesman. Okay. Oh, well, this will be fun. I enjoyed touching Will Wheaton's balls, and I enjoyed listening to his handsome-sounding voice. Yeah, even his voice is handsome. Man, boy, you should have seen the look I just got. Anyway, otherwise, it really wasn't my thing, my cup of tea. But hey, thanks, Will Wheaton, for putting some good fodder into the old spank bank. So later.
And now we
that just happened. I just said that.
Okay, I
This is a
revoke
family
your
show, right?
spokesperson.
Am I still the spokesperson, Saba?
Oh.
You know what?
She's not gonna let me talk for the rest of the show.
Oh, boy.
Go, Lessa.
Lessa. Ooh, where do I go from here?
Pine Leaf's probably under the table right now.
Yeah. Pine Leaf and Saba logged off. They're no longer with us on the show. So, and as a side note, speaking of Will Wheaton, but not in the same context that Lessa spoke of him in, I did kind of run into him at Gen Con, and literally I almost ran into him. I was coming out of a room, and he was coming down the hallway, and when I came out of the room, I about ran into him. So I kind of had a quick conversation with him as we were walking, because we were both kind of walking the same way. And I told him that I did enjoy, and I said other players enjoyed, that he did the DM work for DDO, and he said that was the most fun he has had doing voiceover in a long time.
Whee!
So he enjoyed doing that. So I hope maybe Turbine/WB can maybe get him again to do something.
Oh, that would be good. They can have some more Will Wheaton. And I was going to say Sawajin.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up.
Because every time I hear it, it brings a smile to my face.
The
So
Slajine. All right, let's move on to June and update 26. That brought us the Warlock.
Whee!
And also the update 26 named items. Thoughts on the Warlocks?
there were update 26 named items? I missed it.
Yeah, because I don't remember the items either. I just, to be honest, I got this information off the wiki.
It was just Warlock, I thought.
Let me go to the wiki real quick.
There weren't
Everybody,
any items.
We ignored everything else.
We ignored everything else.
Yeah,
We
there,
We were blinded by the packs.
right.
Yeah.
There was no named items. Yeah, I don't know why that's in the wiki.
Uh-huh.
Have to tell Shoemaker you're gonna have to change your wiki. It's wrong.
Man, you gotta watch that wiki.
So yeah, but no, the Warlock. Thoughts on the Warlock? I love mine. I enjoy my Warlock immensely. Is it a bit OP?
It's a lot OP.
Probably.
It's a lot OP.
Allegedly.
Still.
It's OP.
Yeah.
No, still, it's
But
overpowered. And
No.
it was the easiest past life my completionist ever did.
Yeah.
I've heard that
Heroic
from
was
a
really
couple
easy.
people, actually.
And how many classes had your completionist done before that?
Well, she's a completionist, and she needed a warlock to continue that. And she's done 3
Yeah.
other lives besides.
And still,
Okay,
you're
with
saying Warlock is the easiest still.
It was the easiest. To get
But
back up
wouldn't it have been
20.
easiest if you had a lot of them already behind you in your belt?
I had a model behind her.
I did have them all, but the one that I did before then wasn't as easy as the warlock, and 1 life isn't going to make that much of a difference.
I did 2 of them, 2 warlock lives, just because it's so easy.
Right. Sid is on her 2nd warlock life, and I'm kind of bored with it now.
What do you
Yeah.
do with 2 warlock lives? What's
Oh,
the
you get
advantage of-
MRR.
You get MRR, and in this day and age and climate, you need all the MRR you can get. So I went for it. I mean,
Which is a side note, I'm finding that out big time as I'm starting to run the content I'm running. Yeah, I need MRR badly.
some
Oh,
people
no.
love
You're a drow,
warlocks.
aren't you?
Mm-hmm, yeah, my rogue is.
Yeah, but wouldn't that give you some MRR?
Yeah, I have a little bit, but not enough, trust me.
Okay.
Stay
Never
tuned
have
for
enough.
this week in DDO and you'll find out. Anything else on the Warlock besides apparently it's the easiest completionist life to run, according to Sava?
And many, many other people.
Yeah, and many, many other people on the forums, yes.
Many other people.
And there.
Well, I would have thought that you would have brought up fireball-breathing wolves.
I was going to talk about the Wolflock, yes.
Okay.
I was going to say I enjoyed watching his wolf shoot fireballs out of its mouth.
Isn't that awesome? There's just something awesome about seeing a wolf jumping in the air and shooting red fireballs out of its mouth.
Wait, so what is the Wolflock build, Dracula? I need to know this for personal reasons. How many levels of Druid do you have, and how many levels of Warlock do you have going on?
I've got 5 Warlock and 7 Druid. I think that's right. Yeah.
Are you a snow wolf?
Yes.
That's 9 Druid, right?
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I had to get to 9 because
It's a 9 Druid.
So I got 9 Druid, and I'd have to check
The
out
rest are Warlock.
Yeah, and all the rest besides the one that I had to take for the cleric because I did a Iconic and I did a Sun Elf. So yeah.
What pack did you? Oh, well, you did Fiend.
Yeah,
pack.
Fiend. Yeah, that's all I ever do with Warlocks.
Fireballs.
Yeah,
No,
he
but no
likes
Grey
Fiend
Old
pack, I
One?
like Fae.
I like Great Old One, but I also like Fiend pack. I can't not do it. I had to do a Great Old One pack just because reasons. But I think Fiendish pack is probably the most fun for me.
You know, and I created just like a straight Warlock, and I told myself I was going to do Great Old One, and yeah, I did, and I did Fiend again. So
You have to go with your heart.
exactly. Fiend is so much fun.
The heart wants what it wants, and if you want to like make packs with fiendish entities, and
Well,
see, even the cats prove. So is that Mithery's cat?
Yes.
And that sounds like approval to you?
Yes.
maybe
You haven't
it's
met my cats.
calling up the Dark One right now.
Yeah.
It might be calling.
That happened.
I definitely think it's calling
Woo!
something
Yeah, it
evil for
definitely
us.
sounds like someone calling up the dark one.
Cats.
And we all know Lessa doesn't do casters, so she probably has nothing to say about Warlock.
But a warlock is more like
What's
a
a
thrower,
warlock?
really.
What's a Warlock? Let's
Yep.
see.
What's a warlock? Wait, because you like Paladin, Alessa.
Of course. It's the best class that ever was class.
Ooh, really? She just said that. She went there.
We go back
That's
and
why-
forth
okay.
about this. She's wrong. It's Rose. But
I love them both. I have enough room in my heart for rogues and paladin and bards.
you know, you can't be in the middle on this one. There is no Switzerland in Rogue versus Paladin.
That's why I
Rogue
have
first.
2 completionists, so I can have one be a rogue and the other one be a paladin. Because I couldn't
All right.
choose.
Who
Like,
thinks
the
she's
wisdom
sucking
of
up right
Solomon.
now?
That's an
Come on.
interesting build for you, Saba. We should make a progue.
I am going to. I'm going to make a Paladin,
Rogue?
Rogue, Monk, Thrower.
Oh my
And here I
gosh.
thought Wolflock was awesome, but Progue is even better. I like that.
My brain just exploded. Wow.
We'll move on to July, where we had update 27, the Trials of the Archons. That brought us the 3 new quests, the Archon's Trial, Demon Assault, the Devil's Details. We had 1 new raid, the Defiler of the Just. Monster Manual 5, and, of course, Update 27 named items. So we'll start out with the 3 new quests, Archon's Trial, Demon's Assault, and Devil's Details. What did we think of those?
We like them.
Yes.
All I remember.
Those
Memories.
Abishai
Yeah, I was going to
So
say, all I
those
remember about them is those stupid Abishai.
and the ice blitzers.
Oh, those Abishai.
And the whole part where, like, Arraetrikos is, like, dating what's-her-face now.
Well, that's why Bonnie Bu liked it, because Arraetrikos was all over the place, right?
I know! I love seeing him again, even if
Did-
Melissa was
I don't know if
being
you saw
all
our
kinda
stream when
slutty
we were
about it.
doing it, but every time we walked in, I was just like, wait, Bonnie wants you, don't go away.
That's what I do! I'm like, Harry, Hotline Bling! Used to call me on my Quest phone. Anyway.
I was excited to see Militia, of course. That shocks nobody, I'm sure. How about the raid? Saba, go. Because you're our resident raider.
Okay. If you like DPS raids, this is the one for you, because you don't need to do anything but a pound on things. It's not a lot of strategy, really. So there's not much thinking involved.
Yeah.
But it has some nice items.
Mm-hmm. And as long as there's no lag, it's just great.
As long as there's no lag.
Yeah, do it on normal. I don't know if they fix it. We haven't tried doing it on anything harder than
How many is a raid for in DDO?
12.
12? Okay.
And the update 27 named items, anything
Great stuff.
stick out to anybody?
Just the
I don't
raid
think I
items
got
or
any
all
of
of
the-
it?
All of it, just all the named items.
Because some of the raid stuff is really nice. I like the Visions of Precision. Strange Tidings gives you UMD plus 7. What was I really looking for? I can't remember anymore. I haven't gotten to 20 yet.
I haven't got anything that I'm really looking for.
Oh, I did get the armbands of the Silenced one. Dex 11, Dodge 11, Cycle Dex 3, Reflex 2, and a Green Augment, which is really nice.
That sounds like something a rogue would like.
My rogue loves it.
That does sound very roguey. I might actually have to look into maybe getting that. Does that drop from the raid or the quest?
In the Devil's Details.
Ooh, well, that might be doable then.
Well, it's the epic version. You guys are a little young.
Yeah, if it's the epic, yeah, well, see you later in the show and find out my woes about my rogue right now. Anything else we want to add to update 27 before we move on to 28? In September, we did get the Devil's Gambit, which was update 28. That gave us the 4 new quests, Tavern Brawl, Grim and Barrett, Subversion, and Multitude of Menace. The Ranger Enhancement revamp for the Deepwood Stalker and the Tempest. Monster Manual 6, update 28 named items, and in October, the Night Rebels was technically a part of update 28 as well. So we'll start off with the quest. I know I have ran these quests many times, and I liked all of these quests. I think Grim and Barrett and Subversion were my 2 favorites out of them, though, I think. If I would have to pick a couple quests out of here, I would say those 2.
I feel the same.
Yeah, me too. Tavern Brawl was just a beatdown, so not really my kind
Yeah,
of...
I liked all of them except Tavern Brawl. It was just kind of like, bleh. But
That
I
was
liked Fortis.
that
Good
was
name.
okay because it was just fast. It was easy to do.
Tavern Brawl was my favorite. I just like Tavern Brawl.
It's because you're a paladin. You just
Yeah.
stand there and,
You
and
just
all
beat
of the
on
Abishai-
everything.
You just do paladin
Abishai
things.
just bounce
Yeah.
off of shields.
Yeah,
and-
that's
and
exactly what happened.
Somehow,
You
I'm
there?
just
Like,
trying to
you
picture
Feel
paladins
like
getting
pour
into
me
Tavern
another
Brawls.
one, and yeah. this
DDO
makes
Central in
sense.
the chat is saying he agrees Tavern Brawl is his favorite too. How about the Ranger Enhancement revamp? Anybody? I actually don't have a Tempest or a Deepwood Stalker, so I can't talk about it. I always run an Arcane Archer.
I use Tempest a lot. I ended up like having problems getting to the top tier because they changed around the costs of some things. And when I'm a Tempest, sometimes I don't want like stuff like in the middle, but I want like everything on the perimeter. It's kind of like shopping in a grocery store strategically. But I like that they added in the lightning effects. That was totally on point for me. I like the whole trend in terms of combining the combat mastery into one enhancement spendy thing instead of having the hit bonus and the damage bonus as 2 separate enhancement point things. So now it costs half as much. And then a lot of things stayed within my parameters of good. So I like the Tempest changes overall. I don't know anything about the deep void stalker very much because I don't shoot things in the face very much.
I shoot things in the face all the time. It's a lot of fun. You should try it.
Do you run in the Deepwood Stalker line at all then? Or?
Yeah, I have a Rogue Ranger, and she went up to tier 5 in the Deepwood Stalker. I like it that much. And the changes were nice.
See, then again, I need to branch one of my Rangers out, I guess. I just always stay an Arcane Archer. I'm boring that way. Let's talk about the named items. Anything stick out to anybody?
Many things in this one.
Yeah, this was.
Every single quest had good stuff.
Good loot in these quests.
Yeah,
I think this is the one where I got a quiver in or something.
Yep.
A rather weird quiver.
No. You're still getting it confused with the other quiver.
Oh yeah, he's thinking about that Kyber chain.
Yes.
Yeah, the one that's useless to an
artist. That's the wrong quiver.
Now this quiver is double shot and ranged power.
Which I still don't have, for the record.
Yeah.
Stupid RNG.
But you got both slice and dice, right?
I do have slice and dice, correct.
So that you're ahead of me there.
The epic version?
Not the epic. I just have the regular. See, now I need to get the epic. Well, but I'm still, my rogue is not quite that high yet, though. Yeah.
He won't be able to use them anyway.
So I don't need it quite yet.
Well, yes, but you'd like to get it before you hit level 30 and do a TR.
True. But yeah, I think Slice and Dice, the quiver, I will give props to the boots just because they're named Ship Kickers. That just makes me laugh every time. And the throwing dagger, Return to Sender, is awesome if you see it. It's
Repeating heavy crossbow is great.
Yeah.
Epic Eagle's Eye is great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot about the Eagle Eye. Yeah, I'm still trying to get that too, and I don't have it. So yeah, there was just so much loot in this one.
It was some fun loot.
Now, I have a question. What was it about this year and Monster Manual volumes?
I don't know, but I loved it. I like Monster Manuals. If
they
you do one
doubled the
month,
number
that would be
of
great.
Monster Manuals this year.
Yeah.
It's the best. Seeing those little things pop up that you've gotten expertise or whatever in something, and especially the bonus XP, and then when you start to get to see the hit points of something, or if you get a little pet. Oh, it's exciting times, and it's always a surprise. At least for me, I'm always surprised.
Well, I'll certainly be surprised if I forget any of the real juicy stuff.
Oh, we're getting there finally.
You could be like Drac and go into the all those quests where he got his, what was it, the Abishai? Within a day, you had the Monster Manual filled out, Drac?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
That was from basically Grim and Barrett and Tavern Brawl.
Those Abishai.
I ran those two, and I completely filled out the Abishai Monster Manual. I think it was either 2 or 3 days. So yes, that's how many times I ran those stupid quests to get those drops.
You should never run things just to get something.
Well, then I should never play at all because I'm never going to get anything then.
No, you should play just for the fun of it, and if you get the stuff, it's like, oh, cool.
Oh, it's just a little cool bonus? Okay.
There you go.
Maybe I'll think of it that way, and then maybe stuff will start dropping for me.
It's frosting.
You want it too much.
Yeah, you could say that. Then the Night Rebels came in October. This was the quote-unquote Maybar replacement event. I personally never ran Maybar, so I don't know. It was awesome.
Nothing to compare it to.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it wasn't awesome.
I enjoyed
Shut up.
I guess
No, I'm talking about my bar. Sorry.
Oh, right.
Maybar was awesome.
No, it wasn't.
I was ready to put the gloves on.
Me too. I'm like, how can you not like
What? Night Rebels is my favorite. It was great.
I like the Crystal Cove better,
Great
but I think this
West,
is great.
But I'd forgotten how much I hated stuff.
That's the worst part of
that
it.
did get a little tedious. I will give you that.
I learned an important lesson about, number one, you don't TR when you're drunk, and you don't TR when there's an event going on just because you want to be a build that's good for an event. Because I did that, and I'm crying.
Ooh.
I am a sorcerer. I turned my rogue into a sorcerer.
Wow.
And not just a sorcerer, but a blade force sorcerer. So now I have to get to level 30.
Oops.
Oh, gosh. I'm crying on the inside.
Plus 20 Hearts of Wood go on sale next week.
There you go.
I'm kidding.
That might be the answer to my problem.
No, I'm really kidding.
Nothing like tugging our chain.
She
I
bought
got the-
turbine points, so.
I got the turbine points now, so I can totally dish out for a plus 20 heart. And I would
All right,
do
turbine, listen up. You're going to get money from Fine
That's
with you
right.
if you do it.
Hey, I have many of opportunities for them to take my money. So just keep your ears peeled, Turbine.
So what do we think of the loot that you could get from the Night Revels? And candy, I
Fun.
guess. We can throw candy in with that, too.
Well, how
It
can you
was
not
it
like?
was fun.
Yeah,
I
I like.
thought
And
that
my
the-
stuff hasn't disappeared.
It's not the end of the year yet.
Yeah. There, clock's ticking. Turbine.
That's why I used all of the things to get into the quests that I got naturally, and
Mhm.
all the ones that you traded in the code for to get from the store that don't go away, I kept.
You sound
for
like Saba
next
Jade.
time. I mean, because I don't want to have to work. I like doing the quests. The quests were
Yep.
fun, but I hated working to get into them.
Right. That's so much better than Maybar. So much better.
No, but you don't get to fight the spectral dragon, and that part was fun for me. Even if it got laggy, I mean, it was really like all those epic effects when you try to do it on your high-end characters. But on heroic characters, that rarely was a problem, and you still got to do it, and it was just so much fun fighting the dragon. But everything else was pretty much the same. I don't know if I could have an event that had the dragon and those quests, and I didn't have to kill so much stuff in the graveyard, I would be a happy Bonnie.
I
And
agree that the killing in the graveyard is the worst part.
It's the worst part.
yeah, that did get, and well, especially for me my RNG luck is legendary at
And
this
it's-
point. And
It's
I
open
had to
instance.
kill so much crap to get keys to drive. And everybody's like, oh, look, I got another key. Look, I got another key. And I'm like, well, good for you.
That's
I'm-
Saba Jade.
I'm glad you're getting
Yeah.
keys.
I think you should be able to turn chocolates in for keys.
I agree.
Yeah.
Too.
100%. They really need to do that next year.
Exactly. And the loot, I like the loot too. There, some of those items were kind of kitschy and fun. I like the augments, of course. My favorite
Mhm.
augment in the game is from that event. The Ruby of Endless Night is my favorite.
I made one of those actually, so I have
Yeah,
have
I
one
did
on my
too.
road now. Yeah.
And I like the ones for wisdom and intelligence. And I like the armors, but it's the armors. I like the way they looked, and they weren't anything that I was ever going to use. But I immediately used a Mirror of Glamoring on them.
I'm pretty
Which,
sure
I don't know if that was secret.
Lessa did as well too. Did you not?
Yeah, that's right. My broom. My short
Oh,
broom. I
yeah.
glamored it. I
Broom.
glamored it, and then I put chaos on it so that it would be pink all the time.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
get
god,
your
I
teleport
heard, that
ride
was
and-
wonderful.
Yeah, the only problem is you have to watch what you're holding on to because I did half of a small problem with the teleport rod before
Oh, I
it
did.
broke. It was like, oh, your weapon is broken. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, it's a teleport rod. But it did pretty good up until that point.
Were you a wolf at the time?
No,
Okay,
nope.
because that's my problem. I have fought so much stuff with Night Shield scrolls. It's just amazing.
And then in December, just a few weeks ago, we did get update 29 and the Codex War that did raise our level
You said
cap
it.
to
Oh
30.
my
I
God.
know, I said it again.
It's been said twice now.
Third time's the charm, so we have to say it one more
Oh.
time, and then the world shall end.
I'm saying it.
Our level
I'm
cap went up to
saying it.
30. We got the new XP curve and the additional Twist of Fate slot, the Epic and the ED Feats additions, and all new legendary feats. We had the 2 new quests to Curse the Sky and Creeping Death. We had the raids, the Shroud and legendary Tempest Spine and legendary Hound of Zoriat, and the legendary Green Steel crafting as well. And, of course, the name items that came with it. So, what did we think of the update overall? We'll just take the quest out of it. Just the everything
Uh-oh.
else that everything else. Yeah, that's why I did that. I did that on purpose. Everything
And
that came
I
out
got
of the
nothing
update.
to talk about.
Also, random loot came in this one, which is
Okay, I
interesting
can talk about that.
to say the least. First of all, level cap to 30. Do we think we needed level cap raise?
Well, I never made it to the old one.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be because they did the kind of new XP curve. Though I was really happy because the latter end of the level cap part was less painful than it used to be, as far as I was concerned. But then I've gotten the characters at 20 for the first time and saw that there's a little bit more upfront padding once you're level 20. And I don't know how I feel about that part. Because it used to be it only took like 350k to get to level 21 and then 400 more to get to level 22. And now it's like 600k to get to level 21 from level 20. And I'm like, ah! But it's all good. I want more feats and stuff. And we get an extra Twist of Fate slot. And how many? We don't get more points though, do we? I need more fate points.
About anybody else, do you think that we needed the level 30 raise, or were we fine at 28, you think?
I always think we're fine at 20 and then 25
yeah,
and then 28 and 16. So
I think the heyday of the game, the cap was at 20. And this is all like exciting changes and like learning how to play it in a slightly different way because they've changed the level cap again and new features like legendary raids have been added. So, that keeps things confusing and exciting.
What did we think of the random loot system?
Hated it.
What?
Still hate it.
tell
Sorry.
us why.
I gotta say, do tell.
Well, there are a lot of things that are being left behind. It's a huge adjustment. I'm not going to say anything about crafting because I'm sure that at some point that is going to
fix
get
it.
fixed. So I have nothing to say about that. However, there is a lot of stuff that's getting left behind. There's a lot of stuff that people might have put in a lot of time to work for, say, in the challenges that you can pretty much almost have around level 3 or 4.
Yeah.
For example, electric absorption, fire absorption, almost to 20% by level 6. Excuse me? I had to work really hard for 20% fire absorption at level 15. Okay, well, there's that. So I don't really have anything else to say because none of it's positive, Drac.
In other words, you're saying it's
is.
OP.
Yeah.
You're saying
It
new
is.
loot is OP.
No, it's not OP. Well, overperforming. Is that the OP you meant?
Yeah, I think that's what he meant. I think he meant overpowered, overperforming, something like that.
But,
yeah.
and so I think some of it's
Just
interesting.
a big
it's really
change.
great for my new characters, my baby characters. They get to have all of the cake.
And don't have to work a day for it.
Okay, here's what I think.
Congratulations. Here's some great loot.
It reminds me of Diablo. I'm sorry to say, but when you go out and you kill things and you pick things up, you look at it and go, wow, this is really cool. Which character am I going to use this cool thing on? And you trade it between your characters. It's not like you have to actually work toward your equipment, which is what I like about DDO.
Yeah.
I don't like random to be that powerful.
But do you think that it did what, if you listen to our interviews that we have with the devs, they kind of said they wanted to make the other chest other than the end chest relevant again? Do we think this did that?
Those chests were always relevant to me because they had guild renown in them.
That's saying a lot about the relevance.
Yeah.
If you're not in a
and
guild,
they had
though,
plat. I still like plat. I mean, and every once in a while, I would get something that I actually would use as like heroic leveling equipment. In terms of epic, I rarely used anything.
For me, what I always had to worry about in the old system is I would go to a chest, look at it, and yes, why is this red? Oh, I can't use it for another level. And of course, when I get to another level, I forget to put it on because I've been having it sitting in my bags for so long, and 2 levels later, I look, oh, why did I never equip this? At least now it's guaranteed to be at your level. Of course, I know some people like to run things above their level, so I guess for those
I've been getting a lot of stuff that I can't use yet.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's quite right. I think they might think random chests should be interesting, but I don't think so. Not as interesting as they're making them. You shouldn't have that powerful stuff in there.
I had an interesting random chest just before, maybe just after this update came out, and it was doing redemption on Korthos. And I got a vibrant purple ion stone in that chest, which I think I ended up handing to Drac. On Korthos. To me, that was wonderful. That was a moment. And that's what random chests are about, is if you can have moments like that are still rare, like getting named items.
Right.
Which it was a named item. I think if you want to switch it up, maybe you change how random items drop, like maybe increase the chests that have a small chance or something. But I think the new random loot is interesting just because there are these new names. You get to read them, and then you can be like, "Oh, what the hell does this do? And do I want it?" And
Yeah, that's
all that kind of stuff.
I'm finding that it's like I don't even know what that word. What is that?
Right.
And the
What does this
sooner
do?
I can deconstruct something, the better. Because I'm going through withdrawal, and every time I have to sell something just for plat, and I don't get to deconstruct it, and I still need crafting levels, a little part of me dies inside. I'm not being melodramatic, am I?
So you'll have a
Preach,
pile
Bonnie,
of money
preach.
by the time they change that where you
I'm
can
like
deconstruct
Lessa
it.
about
Oh, you get
crafting.
money
Lessa
when you
is right behind
deconstruct.
you.
Not as much though.
But I don't hate it with a passion. But there are pluses and there are definite minuses to it.
And is anybody seeing what I'm seeing? It seems like most of the stuff I pull is like all stuff for casters.
There's a lot of caster stuff all over the place, but there are some really good assassinate stuff out there. I haven't seen it yet, but
Yeah, see, I haven't seen that either.
I have
I'm just
seen-
getting like caster stuff, like all the time.
It's something called the RNG.
Yeah, well, curse the RNG.
so I always go back to pen and paper when you were out doing a dungeon and you finished up and you saw a chest. How much of this really good looking loot did you expect to find in the end chest?
Well, it depends on your DM. I mean, how nice your DM is to you.
Well,
I
In other
would,
yeah, I
words,
guess.
with Drac, could be none.
if you
There you go. See?
if you want to put this in pen and paper, I would not do this random loot system like if I would just like sprinkle in a couple other chests in dungeon for players, I would not give them a chance to get good loot and just in any chest. That would just be reserved for the end chest, and they would have to
Right.
work for it.
It is a real balancing act because, okay, here now we are level 30 legendary epic characters. So, yes, should have magical items. But on the other side of the coin is magical items should be rare and magical.
Yes.
Amazing thing. So what do you do?
So
Yeah.
if in a chest or as an end reward you had one choice of a really nice item instead of I get 10 as an end reward, right? And I have to look at each one going, which one looks the best and which one am I going to use? If you had one choice that was a nice item, I might think that wasn't too bad. But
And see, it's like you're talking about the 20th reward list, which is amazingly absent with legendary raids. Not that I mind because they replaced it with a system that guarantees that you get something that you want rather than the random part still being there with the 20th raid completion list. But, it's that idea that you do some epic feats of strength or whatever, so you do some grand adventure and you succeed and you get a prize and it's nice. It's not crazy.
right.
Well, and speaking of those raids, let's talk about the raids right now. The Legendary Shroud, Legendary Tempest Spine, and Legendary Hound. Has anybody ran those yet, the Legendary versions?
Yes.
I'm so ready to be raid shamed.
I read them all.
Oh, good.
Of
Always
course you
one.
did.
I'm in a guild that runs raids. Tempest Spine, too easy. It's the same as Heroic, fairly easy. And people in the forums have been complaining about Sorg tossing people off. I don't know if the groups I've been
That
in.
happens anyhow.
It
That
does.
happens in Heroic.
So we all
if you
learned
get-
not to stand
Nice.
in certain places, right?
Exactly. It's your
that's
fault, Blair.
That's a tradition. That's a tradition in
There,
in
exactly.
MMOs.
Except
Be thrown off.
now, before in Heroic, if you fell off, you would hang out until it was completed and not worry about the chest, right? Now you want the chest because those codex, those runes are in there. The Tempest runes are
That
in
was
there.
3. What? That was
So
the third
that
time someone used the C word.
sorry. Hound, you have to work a little, make sure you get your teamwork going there. But it wasn't too much more difficult. One cool thing about the Hound, depending on how you view it, is you teleport straight there instead of having to run it. So
Oh
when we
my
do our
gosh.
thing tomorrow, we're going to have to run it. Where if we
That
were
would
doing
make me feel a little bit dirty, though, because part doing Hound is actually surviving on the way there.
yeah, you don't
You
have
know what
to.
I mean? Not getting lost, not taking the wrong turn. Especially because it's been a really long time since I've done Hound. That's part of it. It's part of the magic of Hound.
The Shroud, portal keepers pop up a lot more often in the
Yay!
first part.
I like Portal Keepers.
Second part's basically the same, although the crystal's a little tougher to take down. Third part, watch out for the wall. Fourth part,
Yay!
yeah. Fourth part, not much
I
different.
haven't run it yet, okay? But I've heard lots of things about it.
Yeah. And the fifth
And
part,
they
I
all
don't want to
sound
say
good.
anything, but it was different.
Okay, as soon as I found out that the 5th part did not contain a certain person.
He's still in part 4, though.
I know, but he's not in part 5, and that's the part where I got hugs in. So I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm going to talk about, how I feel about the dude who is there probably a little bit later. So I have mixed emotions about part 5. But I am excited. I'm excited to do Legendary Shroud, but I haven't had time. That's what happens when you have an update come out like the week before a holiday season or during holiday seasons, depending on what holidays you celebrate. And, I got to do the quests, and I was working on the wolf for some other thing we'll talk about more later. And I just didn't have time to do it. And I feel like I'm chomping at the bit. I want to get that Legendary Shroud because it's going to be my new best friend. And at least I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's going to be my new best friend.
So you kind of touched on it a little bit, Saba, before, but do you think the quote-unquote legendary status of this lived up to the hype, or are these not legendary enough or hard enough?
I thought the Shroud was okay. I only did everything on hard. I didn't do Elite. And I thought the Shroud was okay. The Hound, you need some coordination to get it done. I thought Tempest Spine was too easy on hard. I hear Elite is really tough because they can one-shot you. We didn't have any one-shotting in any of the quests that I did.
Yeah, I see people complaining about that on the forums a lot.
Yeah, sometimes
about the whole one-shot issue.
I feel like with one-shotting, like say if you're playing pen and paper, there's some monsters that should be able to just utterly annihilate you in one shot.
Sure.
But when you're playing a game, like an MMO, I feel like one-shotting is just like this hopeless situation. Because if there's no chance of you surviving getting touched by a monster, then why are you there?
But we do that to them.
That's true. Well, but I only do that to trash. I never do it to really important people.
Well, that's what they're complaining about. The trash is
like
one-shotting them.
It's a mixed thing. And I don't think I really one-shot that much unless I, like, get a Vorpal or something. Natural 20s are natural 20s. And maybe because of, like, RNG, things just roll natural 20s when they're trying to murder me a lot or something. I don't know. It's another thing I have mixed feelings about.
So what we think of the quests, to Curse the Sky and Creeping Death?
Oh my god, I love them so much, especially Creeping Death. I'll talk more about that later when we talk about faves, but
my only issue with Creeping Death is, and I guess I'm coming at it from a standpoint of, since most of the time when I'm doing pen and paper, I'm always the DM, I never want to have my players have to have so much downtime. And in that, you're having to wait for that stupid cube so many times. And it's like, that is just bad design, I think. But
it's probably a sign of the end of the world because I love this quest so much and I'm a Zerger.
That's the DM to me, or the DM in me talking that. That's the only thing I didn't like about it, is I think they need to cut a little bit of that down because I think there's too much of that in there. I kind of like the mechanic a little bit. It would be okay if you'd only have to do that a few times. But after a while, it just gets old.
It really is like stoplights, though, in traffic, because sometimes when I did Creeping Death, I would hit it just so that I didn't have to wait for any of them. And other times I had to wait the whole 9 yards. So it's really like traffic lights.
How about To Curse the Sky? I like that.
I like the whole layout of it. I like the feeling of it.
I did too. I really like the whole storm the castle feel of it. That was fun and well done, I think.
The first time I did it it was just 3 of us, no hirelings. And when the 3 of us run together, we're kind of zergy. And so we just did our normal stuff, and we were like, oh my gosh, and we had to rethink our tactics because that wasn't working. And we liked that. It was a lot of fun.
How about the named items that come out of those quests? Anything jump out at anybody?
There are named, really?
I haven't gotten anything. I've gotten green steel things, like the components, the ingredients for making green steel, which is nice.
I actually got the ring, Arraetrikos Bane.
Oh! That's a horrible thing. Why would you want a Bane Arraetrikos?
I don't want it. I would have liked something else.
I would want something else that was named like Arraetrikos, what's up with Bane? Blessing or something.
Right.
Arraetrikos fangirl.
Arraetrikos fangirl.
The fangirl ring.
Yeah. The ring of epic fangirling. Epic promise ring. That's fantastic.
I need one.
I want to know what it does.
Saves you from getting one-shotted in legendary raids. I don't know, but yeah, I don't want anything that bans Arraetrikos, so I would just leave that in the chest principle.
I'm looking on the wiki, and one of the things out of Legendary one is Insightful Deception 5/6, Quality Seeker 3, Insightful Assassinate +2, UMD +5. People have been getting better than that Assassinate and UMD on random stuff.
Exactly. That I don't like seeing, especially. And what's the min level on that?
These are 29.
Yeah, because I think those are 29. Cause
that's what I have a big problem with. It's not scaled for what the min level is to me.
Right.
And how about the green steel?
I've only gotten components so far, so I haven't made anything yet.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I get the engine going, I will get the engine going. So maybe some future date, there will be talking about Legendary Green Steel and talking about Legendary Shroud Palooza and stuff. But there hasn't been time for me to do it that much to get my stuff in.
I do like that the codexes can be shared between all your characters, so you don't have to have one character running it over and over. Because I have several that are up in that range that can run the Shroud.
It's like at first I had mixed feelings, like I couldn't help people once I had run, because I fully intend to do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Legendary Shroud, just like I've done like thousands of Shroud because I love it. And so I figure, no matter how much I craft, eventually I'm not going to want to craft anything else. So I want to be able to share it, and I can at least share it with my other characters. But I feel a little bad that sometimes I can't help people who are missing something, because you do get to that point, if you like something enough, you get enough components that you have spare. Right. And why not help someone a little bit, and pay it forward?
Yeah, how many people haven't given large scales to a friend?
Yeah, that one last large shrapnel that you need to make your item.
And see, I liked it on Heroic Shroud. Your character actually had to at least run it once so you can get the power cells to power up.
Yeah. There's the bound to character elements that you have to have, like either the Shavrath Stone because of doing the quest, or the shards of power tiers. And
although the Shavrath Stone, you can make something for somebody else.
Yes, I don't mind that. I at least like being able to pass around. And I think there was something else that to me made it okay that you would be able to at least share with people, because some of the stuff you can pass in the chest. At least you could pass like the ingredient part, like the scales and the horns or the bones and the arrows. You just can't pass the runes.
Yeah.
But you know what? Why would you? I feel that's okay.
I agree with that, but I still liked being able to go. Somebody said, I need to run a Shroud. I just need one more large devil scale. And I could say, don't worry about it. I have one in the bank.
Yeah, I like that too. And I'll miss that. But at least there are ways you can help people out. But they're going to have to run the raid with you.
Right.
So looking at the year as a whole, let's do something fun here. Going to ask some questions, and we'll just kind of go off the cuff here and see what our answers are. I see in the show notes, Lessa has some interesting answers for some of these.
She does. I think she was possessed by Samus, actually.
We'll talk to Lessa about this later. So what was the best quest and our raid that was added to the game in 2015? And let's start with Bonnie.
My sound just went out.
We hear you.
I don't know what happened.
We can hear you, but you can't hear us? Okay, we'll skip Bonnie for right now. Let's go to Saba.
Me? It says Pine Leaf. I see right there.
Sorry.
See, I'm mixing it. Oh, Bonnie's back.
It was the cats. You must respect the cats. They unplugged my headset and at that moment, and I was like, oh my God. All right, go ahead. Come back to me later.
Okay. All right. Since Saba asked, okay, Pine Leaf.
Well, mine is response to Bonnie, so therefore I'll come back later.
Okay, well, fine. She's
Finally
cooperating. Good.
I ruined everything. Cats, you see what you've done?
Well, at least they're not like Mithras, and they're not calling up the great old one, though, so it's okay.
They just do it under their breath.
All right.
All right, I'll go. For the sweep of it, I liked the first several times I ran Temple of Elemental Evil. I just thought I liked it. I liked the end fight. Zuggtmoy was tough, really tough before you figured out her tricks.
Yeah, that's Zugget Moy fight. I'm telling you, I still have nightmares about that fight.
Love it.
Okay, Lessa.
My favorite quest or raid added to the game in 2015 was the Chronoscope.
No, that's what you said. Chronoscope here.
Chronoscope.
Did you understand?
Channeling. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. What are you talking about? This is the best raid added to the game in 2015 is the Chronoscope. Continue.
It's 2015, not 2005.
We'll just move on. Okay, Bonnie.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I wanted to be able to say Legendary Shroud, but I didn't get to do it. So I feel bad. I feel really bad about that. And I'm holding off one of my favorite quests in 2015 until a later question so I can talk about it then. So that leaves me with two favorites, and I can't choose between them. One of them is Creeping Doom, because I love Garko, the kobold. I love how he has that red gelatinous cube, and he just gets to bounce around and stuff, and there's puzzles and stuff. And it amazes me that I have so much fun doing the Creeping Doom, because I'm a Zerger. I'm in this guild called a tribe called Zerg, and I hate anti-Zerg technology, and this quest is just chock full of it. And yet I don't care. And this quest has Mario jumping in it, and I hate Mario jumping, but I don't care. And I don't know, for some reason that means that I love it. I love it deep in my soul, because the things that I hate most about quest design are in this quest, and yet I still think it's awesome. And then the other one is the Archon's Trial from Update 27. And it's just one reason. Well, there's two reasons. One, I love the kind of Sumerian architecture design that they have in that quest, because it's visually unlike any other quest in the game. So I really liked how it was a fresh look to have the Archons represented in there. And the second part is the floor tile puzzle, the Zen floor tile puzzle, and the art of floor tile puzzle maintenance. And I talked about this yesterday when I was streaming, but the last floor tile puzzle you get to, if you don't do it, it's better for you. Because if you do the last floor tile puzzle, you turn on electrified floor, and you start getting electrocuted. So to me, it's like this most Zen quest design thing, that the way to win the quest is by not doing the quest. So I love the Archon's Trial, even though I get killed a lot by the Archons and I get killed a lot by the Abishai. I just, like, when I get to the floor tile puzzle room, I'm like, ah! And so that's my other favorite.
Okay, Pine Leaf, because yours kind of goes along with this.
Yes, I also took the Creeping Doom.
Also known as Creeping Death.
Girls, yeah, I was because I thought it was Creeping Death. That's what I had written down, and then I guess I thought I was just being corrected by Bonnie there, called it Creeping Doom.
Oh, did I call it Creeping Death?
No, you said Creeping Doom. It's Death. It's named after a Metallica song, if you didn't know.
Oh, okay. So, all right, so I was right originally. Okay. Creeping Death.
It's my favorite, though. I don't know the name of it, but it's my favorite.
This is response then to Bonnie talking about the Zen of the art puzzle tile, because this one has the ultimate puzzle tile, in my opinion, is the one in Creeping Death. Now, I guess I might not have seen some others that are in some more complicated ones later, but this is the ultimate one that I have seen so far.
And I will say, when we played last week, we ran these quests, and you did enjoy this tile puzzle a lot.
Yeah.
You were very giddy about
it. Yeah, getting into it. Oh, I got to run back now because the cube is coming.
You were pretty excited, so yeah.
I think the only floor tile puzzle that's maybe as much fun as that one is like the ones in the Delirium chain, because of the holders and stuff. So the Delirium floor tile puzzles are pretty fun, but yeah, that's a great floor tile puzzle in the Creeping Death.
Okay, Mithri, how about you?
I was going to say, don't you think we have plenty of floor tile puzzles? How about something else?
There's always room for floor tile puzzles. They're like Jell-O.
I was going to say ice cream, but okay. I guess it's a toss-up between Grim and Barrett and the Temple of Elemental Evil. I don't know which one I like better. I like Grim and Barrett because I like the bear.
He's cute.
He's cute, and he's an NPC that actually does something.
Yes,
that is nice.
I like that he does something.
Because the bear comes running up and he knocks down the door.
Yeah. And then, the Temple of Elemental Evil kind of already said why it was cool. Like Will Wheaton And I liked how it was laid out in this giant place, with a really high ceiling. It was really cool to look around in there.
And you can zerg it and go really fast to the end, or you can take time and explore everything.
You dirty zerger.
Hey, I explore a
You can
lot.
do it fast or slow.
Just you wait, Draculetta.
Oh, great. Great. And as for me, I think I'm going to say the Devil's Gambit. And I think the only reason why I'm going to say that is just because I ran those stupid quests so many dang times. Trying to get those drops. These are the quests I think I can honestly say I know these quests better than any other quest in the game because I've ran them so many times. And I can do them so fast at this point. So now we're going to move on to which was the best update as a whole in 2015. And let's start this time with Pineley.
Temple.
Okay, Bonnie?
Temple, because I haven't done Legendary Shroud yet. I had so much fun playing it, running through the dungeons and the nodes, and living with nodes, and Zagat Moy is my favorite demon lord, so.
How about you, Saba?
Temple?
I'm
for many reasons.
Sensing a theme here. And then we get to Lessa.
I like that one with the stuff and the thing.
She said temple.
No, I did not. No, I did not. That was a lie. That was a lie.
Actually,
Saba Jade is lying right now. You need to get your character sheet out, erase lawful good, and put in something else.
Verbatim from the show notes. Lessa said that one with the stuff and thing. That was a joke because I only paid attention to the updates because Saba Jade made me. And then I got pissed off because crafting is temporarily screwed up. So no update is my favorite. That's
answer. Right. Cancel everything. No happiness for anyone, especially not you.
No happiness.
Oh. We're getting a raging Lessa tonight, I'm telling you.
I'm sorry.
It's a totally different side of Lessa. I don't know how to handle that.
Angry Lessa.
Roar.
How about Mythery? What's your favorite update of the year?
I'm going to have to go with the group and for the exact same reasons Bonnie Bew had. Exactly.
Well, you had everything. You had the temple, which was everybody liked the quest. Yeah. All of us here, except for Lessa. You had a rogue enhancement pass. What more could you want out of an enhancement pass besides doing it for rogues? You had monster manual update. What more do you want?
And DDO Cast in the chat is saying Raging Lessa is great with the Lapping Lessa and the Trolling Myth / Saba Lessa. So.
Patrick, I don't think I troll.
Oh, you troll, but see, the problem with you is you can't tell you're trolling them.
She's a stealth troller.
I was just going to say stealth trolling. That's an ability on her character sheet. Stealth troll.
Rogue, of course it's stealth troll.
Because I've heard you at times, and I'm like, is she trolling her? I think she is, but Lessa doesn't know it.
Whereas when Lessa trolls, it is blatant
and
in your face.
In your face. It's like, okay, this is what we're doing. We're throwing down right now. This is how it's happening.
So like, hey, Saba, you feeling tall right now?
Saba does walk tall.
My answer is going to be a tie. I think I'm going to go with Temple for pretty much all the reasons that have been stated. And also, I really liked Warlock because I'm really enjoying my Warlock and my Wolflock. So kind of a tie for me. So now let's go, as the game as a whole, what is the best non-raid quest thing that was added in DDO? So this can be anything that was added. Could be a class, could be new enhancements, pretty much anything other than a raid or a quest. What was the best in 2015? We'll start with Pineley.
Warlock.
Okay.
He's just saying one-word answers and not explaining anything.
Yes, that's right.
I don't understand the
What more
Warlock.
is there to say?
Well, I don't agree with it, so you have to explain yourself.
What do you mean you don't? What? It is I feel okay. Perhaps it's a little powerful.
Powerful, he says. A little.
Power.
I know. I know what you're going to say. You're going to be the Terry Adwin of DDO, where instead of saying down with bears, you're going to say down with warlocks.
There you go.
I would never say down with bears.
My answer to that would be you shoot things in the face with the red fireball. How can you go wrong?
Yes.
But see, Pine Leafs is not red, so he can't give that answer. All right, Bonnie, how about you?
I changed my answer because of our discussion about the randomized loot. I was going to say something sort of nice about it, but you know what? Lessa changed my mind.
There you go.
Well done, Lessa.
Because I was going to say that it was at least interesting, and the 45% of the DDO...
I intimidated Bonnie into...
Audience, it's because you're a paladin.
Changing her answer.
So
you're charismatic,
a
Lessa.
successful roll.
Yeah.
You are so mean, Lessa. You're mean.
She had greater hair with all that stuff.
Yep, it was all buffed up.
But you know what? No, I don't. New randomized loot? Forget about it. I don't care. I'm going to go with the larger stacks of Thieves' Tools because it was just this little teeny change and it made a huge difference. And I felt like my heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Saba, how about you?
Well, I have a couple. The Thieves' Tools, of course, because I'm a rogue. The Monster Manuals and the Rogue Enhancement Pass.
And Lessa, I don't understand your answer here, so you care to...
You've won Dungeons & Dragons Online!
It's great.
The bodies of winning came back to the DDO store in case anybody didn't notice. I definitely noticed.
Yep.
Because I passed them out. Oh, gosh, yes. Absolutely. And it goes in your quest journal, FYI, wherever you're at. Yes, it does go. Try it. Push the button somewhere.
Let me go buy one right now.
And it goes in your quest journal under miscellaneous, and it'll say, you've won DDO. It's all random. You've won DDO, or you've won Dungeons & Dragons Online. And sometimes it just says, you're a winner.
Yay!
Not that I've pushed the button more than once. So that was it. That was my favorite thing. Good job, DDO.
How about Myth?
I'm going to go with new cookies. There's new Festival cookies, and the fact that they have changed those awful fairy fire cookies to Good Hope.
Yep, I like that.
Yay, Cordovan. Thank you, Cordovan.
Yay.
As for myself, I think I'm going to have to kind of agree with Bonnie. The Thieves' Tools that stack is amazing. I don't even remember reading that in show notes. And not show notes, I'm sorry, release notes. I remember I logged in and all of a sudden my tools were combined into like a huge stack. And I was like, what is this sorcery? What is going on? So now I have like one bag that just has like tons of stacks of Thieves' Tools. And I'm very happy about that. And also the Warlock is up there. I'm really enjoying my Warlock. So.
But guys, nobody said wolf locks.
Well, that kind of goes with my Warlock answer. I guess
the Warlocks count as wolf locks.
I should have said actually Wolflock because I'm having a ton of fun with that thing. I'm having more fun than I should, I think.
Yeah, that's why people get Wolflock envy.
So is there like a DDO player's drinking game that I'm not aware of? Every time we say Wolflock, somebody has to take a drink?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know. We'll work that in.
I'm actually out, so I need a refill really fast.
It's a good word, okay? Yeah. It's a really good word.
Wolflock is fun to say.
I ship those classes so hard. Wolflocks.
And our final question is, what are we looking forward to the most coming up for DDO in 2016? And we go with Pine Leaf again.
I'll have to say gnomes.
But hold on.
Are you going to do it? Or am I going to do it?
He said the magic word.
He said the word. Take a drink.
Gnomes are coming. They're coming for you.
See, that makes me want gnomes even less than
what?
before.
What's that?
From now on, new rule on DDO players. Every time somebody says the word, which I'm not going to say right now, that has to be played. That is the new rule.
What was that?
Scared
right now.
Then, with that taken into mind, maybe I better say the 10th anniversary.
But yeah, we can't say the King in Yellow's real name. We can't say the name of that thing that was update 29, and we can't say Voldemort. But and we can't say the G word.
Okay, Bonnie, you're up.
But I'm gonna say the G word. I can't wait for Gnomeageddon.
Gnomes are coming. They're coming for you.
I'm gonna roll up a gnome barbarian so fast, all your heads are gonna spin.
Oh.
I can't wait.
Oh God, I'm laughing so hard right now.
I
Oh, Saba, what about you?
I'm looking forward to the 10th anniversary, but I don't get this obsession with those things.
Okay, so my obsession goes back to Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2. TX, a joinable NPC from Baldur's Gate 1, who was insane and ruled all, was a gnome. And from Baldur's Gate 2, you had Jan Jansen. Ah!
No, they're coming. They're coming for you.
Jan Jansen was so funny, and his whole family. There's a whole family of those people. And they had exploding turnips and cats, and just
exploding cats.
Oh no!
Now I want exploding
awful.
cats. That would be awesome.
That was just because of the the turnips. It was totally an accident, okay? But and then you wouldn't hit a gnome with glasses. Oh my god, I said it. I'm so sorry.
No, they're coming. They're coming for you.
Oh my god. They're lots of fun, and it's my favorite role-playing race. Okay, and
Boy,
maybe
when that update comes out,
maybe it doesn't have like the specific niche in Dungeons and Dragons Online with all the other races, but
Okay.
because it's the role-playing, they're wonderful, and they make me cry with laughter, like right now.
All I'm
And
saying.
that's why I did.
All I'm saying is when that update comes out, it's got to be called Gnomageddon. It has to.
Oh, now it does.
I don't think you should play the
No,
music
they're
and say that again and
They're
again.
coming for
It's
you.
insane.
Okay, no more. I won't say
Okay.
it anymore. I promise.
All right.
I'm gonna try real.
Okay.
So you're gonna make a barbarian when they come out?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And typing it in chat doesn't count.
That's
Drac.
right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, because
House
that's
rules.
Yeah, I was waiting for the chat room to just start spanning the word, but yeah.
If this isn't Green
I-
Flame, okay?
Green Flame. I think they're like Lessa. I think Lessa doesn't know. I think this is the first time that Lessa is actually speechless.
I think we broke
I
Letza.
think it's
That is difficult to do.
We came pretty close, I
You
think.
work a little harder.
Achievement? Oh man.
Keep going, baby. I'm almost there.
Oh God.
Hey,
Don't give
we've
up.
got tomorrow.
And now I don't even remember. Did we even get Saba's answer? I'm totally.
She said 10th anniversary.
She said
Okay.
the 10th
All right.
Thank you,
anniversary.
Lessa.
All right, thank you. I'm sorry. I was.
I
yeah.
listened even though I was overwhelmed.
I was just laughing so hard. Okay, Lessa, what's your answer?
I am looking forward to the game not ending because I just bought
Yay!
triple bonus points and I need to spend them. Hi, honey. Thank you for the triple bonus points. He just gave me a thumbs up.
Oh.
Thank you,
Surprise!
Blanket
Surprise! I spent some money.
Click your beard's like, what?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Yeah, no.
I will single-handedly keep this game in business as long as there are triple bonus points.
Yep. Keep it coming, baby. Somebody's got to paint my ship.
Woo! Take my money.
I think we're all looking forward to the game not ending, right?
I
Yeah.
agree
Yeah.
with that, totally. How about you,
Cool.
Myth?
I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with, what new stuff they're going to bring us.
And my answer is the 10th anniversary, because I can't wait to see what they have. I'm definitely not looking forward to the other thing, which I'm not going to say the word.
Yes, we've said it enough. We've just gotten under control, I think.
Oh
Oh.
my. Okay, how about now we see how wrong we're
You're
going.
afraid to say no?
Oh, not.
Oh,
I thought it was
get
funny,
that
Myth.
Saba!
No, they're coming. They're coming for you.
You know that's going to be stuck in your head now. You know it is. You know you're going to go to bed tonight. That's all you're going to hear.
Ah! You
And,
can never say that word anymore.
and it's all Bonnie's fault. I blame Bonnie for that.
I blame
So,
you too, though, because you came up with that word that I'm not going to say.
that's right. This is where we're going to see what we have for our predictions for next year. And then next year at the end of the year, we're going to see how wrong we are at our answers. So the first one is, which classic module is coming next? Let's start with Pine Leaf.
I'll have to say Ravenloft.
Good answer, sir. Good answer. Bonnie, what's yours?
I have a special place in my heart for Expedition to the Barrier Peaks because it has lasers. But I know I'm not going to get
Because it has lasers.
Because
and it
lasers.
has the bunny. It has the bunny on the stump, and it has lasers, and I like it. But I really do like the modern Out of the Abyss campaign, and every playthrough of it I've watched so far has been fabulous. I don't think they could really implement it the same anyhow, because things like the Underdark madness effects that happen in the tabletop campaigns that are so awesome would really probably end up being just like Mad Stone Fever, in game. But, you could have some drift. I don't know. Some people like that.
Saba, what's your answer?
Mine's Ravenloft, based on the talk with the devs that you had, where somebody hinted that something special was coming around for Halloween. And my first thought was Ravenloft.
See, that was mine too, but I don't know how they're going to do it. I really don't. Lessa?
What's that you say, Sonny? You kids get off my lawn. Quit changing my game. Get out of here. Go on. Got something better to do. Done.
Yay, Mither.
Quit changing my game.
That's right.
Back in my day, we didn't
Back in
have
my
all
day,
this
we didn't have all this fancy loot. We had to work for it.
You're
and we liked it.
You're out with the trappers. I'm a real trapper.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm literally crying right now. Okay, Myth, what's your answer?
Peanut butter. I don't know.
Somehow I missed that classic module.
That's the best part of the Inspired Corner.
Tell me about this peanut butter module.
Somebody give Mithery a button of winning.
Oh,
She has one.
She just won.
She did win. Peanut butter is the answer.
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez. Okay, and I really, really want it to be Ravenloft, but I really don't think it's going to be, because I don't know how they're going to do that. That would almost have to be a whole update in of itself and not just a quest. So I think it's going to be Tomb of Horrors. And everybody's going to get pissed off because they're going to go in and get killed, but that's the whole point of Tomb.
That's why I
I
don't think
wouldn't
it'll be
mind
Tomb
that.
of
Have you
Horrors.
seen me play lately?
Yeah, there will be many deaths, but yeah, that's what I think it's going to be. And see our
Maybe
chat room.
they can make that the Reaper mode thing, Tomb of Horrors.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Go on, and I'm not going to play it this time because this is a question.
No, I think you should just repeat that. You should replace the G word with gong, and we'll be safe.
There we go.
Deep gongs.
Will the deep insert the G word here be an iconic class?
Please, no.
Well, we if that happens, we might see Raging Pine Leaf. We saw a Raging Lessa, now we're going to get a Raging Pine Leaf if that happens. So, okay.
Ooh.
Bonnie.
Oh.
Lessa.
Stop reading what I'm writing. Spoilers. You mind your own business and get up there and read your stuff.
Oh my gosh, if you could see the show notes.
The show notes, they're being ravaged as we speak.
Oh, we have lost all.
The show notes has become a romantic novel. My, these seas are certainly heaving.
Between Will Wheaton's balls and your two promising and what less typing. Oh my word.
Okay,
Bonnie, you're up.
You invited me on the show. You knew what you were getting.
I know. It's
I
my
don't
fault.
even care what the question was anymore. Whatever.
Whatever. She's like, whatever.
Do what you want. But I think from whenever we've heard Deb talk about these deep G's, whenever he's laying down about
Oh my god.
The deep G.
And now we have
You know, that could also be a rapper name if you think about it.
that's going to be my Bar G's name. Because I'm going to do them all, you know. I'm going to do them all. All the classes.
That could also be his chat name, Deep G69.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Is Pine Leaf broken yet?
I'm
Oh,
I'm sorry,
gosh.
Severlin. Because
This is your
Severlin
fault,
has
Dracula.
championed the G's.
This
He's
is all my fault.
championed the G's.
What
He's
was
a
I
real,
thinking?
He's a real brother to the G's.
Oh,
And
oh my.
whatever he wants to do, as long as the G's get the game, I'm
That's
like,
right.
do it, dude.
Straight out of
Do
Ravenloft.
Okay.
Drop
All
it
right.
like it's hot.
Let's get this train back on the track.
Fine.
Like that'll ever happen.
We're gonna get this back on the track. Oh, somehow, some way. We're just gonna skip this question totally.
What? What?
Okay.
We didn't even get past Bonnie's answer.
All right. I can't believe I'm about to do this, but okay. Saba, what is your answer?
No.
Okay.
Even that's making me laugh.
Lessa?
Thought you wanted this train on the tracks, baby. All right, the G-Spot will be a very small addition to the game. It'll be a very tiny ripple in the fabric of the DDO universe. And an iconic G-Spot will certainly have a short trip to level 20.
Oh,
Walk tall, G's, walk tall.
well,
Oh.
tall.
If it's an old one, can you be an OG?
I want to be an OG. Like it's not. Oh.
Oh. Okay, miss.
Make it rain. Make it rain.
Well, I have consulted the Magic 8 Ball, and it says the answer to your question is no.
And I'm going to say, unfortunately, yes, it's going to be because that's the only way they're going to be able to pull it off. Are we gonna? Oh, I'm just totally lost now. Are we gonna see a new raid
Was that good for
in
you?
2016? Pinely, will there be a new raid?
Well, what's a raid?
Skyline.
All right, you've been
But
talking to Lessa, I see.
It's true. But you haven't done any raids yet, so it's actually legit. Pine Leaf's too legit to quit.
He's the original OG.
The original OG.
And Bonnie, are we going to see a new raid?
Is Drac hoping for a total party wipe in his tabletop campaign? Of course, there will be a new raid this year, but not more than a raid.
All right, Saba
Yes.
and Lessa.
Tell me more about these raids of which you speak. This is where like 20 people go in and
Lessa doesn't play.
roll a bunch of dice, right?
DDO does.
Old hands sing songs.
No.
We'll talk. We'll sit down and have a talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow around 9 Pacific
It'll be
time.
small talk.
It'll
You can
be
come
the
dressed as an
beholders
OG.
and It'll be the beholders and the bees talk.
Okay, Mithri, are we going to see a new raid?
I say yes.
And I'm going to say no. They're just going to continue to legendarify, which is my new word that I just made up, the older raids. And that leads to the last and final question. Which raid will get the legendary treatment next? And
now, what is this raid again?
It's like a supersized quest, Pine Leaf.
He's being
You
funny.
get extra
he
fries.
is being
You
funny.
get extra fries with your quest.
Extra fries with the quest.
Hey,
Is that
Bonnie.
extra fries or extra dies?
Both, really. You get fried and then you die. Oh.
Oh,
Oh
Bonnie.
my god. Is it me? Oh my god.
Hey, it's your turn.
I would really like a legendary Twilight Forge the Titan Awakes combo because legendary Pew Pew lasers! Yes! Rock and roll!
Because lasers. Oh,
Because lasers.
Saba,
I think a legendary chronoscope would be fun.
Lessa.
Sure, why not?
Lasers.
Oh, right. Well, I was supposed to actually give
I
an
get a
answer.
better answer than that.
Yeah, legendary chronoscope. What Saba said. Right. Mhm.
Okay.
It's the best. it's
Since that was the
thing
best
that-
new raid of 2015.
There you go. Let's make it legendary.
According to Lessa,
Yes.
that was the best raid of
Oh, yeah.
Although, can you imagine a legendary Vaughn?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh my god, I
That
completely
would be
forgot
fun.
that existed.
Changing my answer. Vaughn.
How about you, Myth?
I'm going to guess TOD.
And I'm going to go with Abbott.
All of these are pleasurable
They already-
answers. I would not mind any of these things being legendary.
What were you going to say, Saba?
Well, I was thinking they already made an epic Abbott, really.
Right, but it's
Right?
not legendary, though.
Oh, but it's not really. The Mark of Death isn't. I mean, there's little teeny pieces because there's the Water of Death, but I don't think Mark of Death is really like a legendary abbot.
There are many they could do. They could do the desert one, which is escaping me right now.
The Zawabi's
Queen.
Revenge with the Queen
That would be
Laylat.
fun too. Or they can make a legendary, that thing that's in the, it's not a raid,
Misery's
but...
Peak.
Yes, thank you. How did you know what I was thinking?
DDO
talked
Central
about Peak, I
and
think.
Orion in the chat are both saying Chronoscope. And Patrick from DDO Cast is saying Tower of Despair.
See, the Tower of Despair would be fun, I think.
That would be fun too. I mean, there are so many they can make legendary and they would be fun.
Yeah. Misery's Peak, though, makes me think of the whole thing last week with, like,
Wasn't that an
Dragon
amazing
Destiny.
idea, though?
that you're
is an
traumatized.
Yeah.
You have the same feels for Misery's Peak that I have for Tempest Spine.
That's why I don't
because I
do
was
it anymore.
traumatized the first time I did Tempest
I was
Spine.
traumatized to speak. You're making me have
Few
nightmares all over
misery
again.
The feels.
And our final thing is going to be our resolutions, because everybody at this time of the year always makes resolutions. So I thought, why shouldn't we? So Pinely, let's start with you. What's your DDO resolution for the year?
Very well. I will be starting a new ranger, and unlike anything I've done so far with any of my characters, I am actually going to get this one to level 20 at least.
Woohoo!
Okay, how about you, Bonnie?
I was like, we should also make Pineleaf do a raid.
We should.
Yes.
We should add that onto his.
Yes. Make him resolute.
Make you resolute to do a raid. That's right.
I resolve to kill even less owlbears. And I resolve to start preparing for Legendary Shroud Palooza because I've got I have a lot of epic level characters on all the servers, but not all of them are anywhere close to like level 28 to 30. So that's going to be some work. And I also resolve to create less walls of text. But no, I'm really lying about that because I want to like write words everywhere. You get words, you get words, you get words, you get words. Everybody gets words.
Everybody gets a word. How about Saba? How about you?
I generally don't make resolutions. So my resolution is to get Drac to 30.
What? Wait, what?
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 Woo!
From 15 to 30.
Oh,
On Argo.
man. She's got
Canna.
her drones on you.
Oh, okay. Actually, that's very doable.
Ooh.
Oh, God bless us in on this now, too?
Just wait.
Oh,
God bless us,
Just wait.
everyone.
Oh, we
God, help me.
we got.
I know, because there's
Boy,
something
boy
in
do
these
we have
show
something
notes
for you.
that Lessa
Oh,
typed
dear.
that made me squeal with glee, like I was a 10-year-old girl.
Oh, I am very scared now. Oh, God. Okay, let's...
Oh, my resolution.
your
Right on.
resolution, yeah?
I am going to get that doggone shard and seal for the full plate of the ringleader in House P. Arlen, and I'm going to wear it. And who knows? I might never take it off. You don't know. You don't know
Yeah,
me.
we do. You won't take it off.
I probably won't. Yeah, if it looks ridiculous enough, I
It
won't
looks
take it
good.
off. It's my requirement for an outfit. It has to
Never
look
mind
ridiculous.
the smell. They can
Yeah.
always add air freshener.
What are you
to
talking
the-
about? My character hasn't showered in 8 years.
It's the paladin power.
It's fine.
That's right. Paladins
I
don't
wash
have to
myself
bathe
in
because
justice, Bonnie.
You're covered in purity. Your purity keeps you clean.
Patrick in the
Exactly.
chat is saying, hey, Drac, keep all hands inside the damsel's XP tree at all times. Hold on for dear life and just scream a lot. Which I'm pretty sure I screamed a lot when they made me do that one horrible quest that I'm not going to name because I
The
still have
Crucible
nightmares
is not
about
a horrible quest.
it. It's horrible. It's terrible. And you made me
I was
do
about
it.
to say, Lessa likes it when they scream.
Okay, Mid-Mystery, how about yours?
I also am not a person to make resolutions, but I will resolve to finish my epic completionist.
No, you mean another couple
Thing.
lives. You don't mean the completionist, right? That's a lot. You'd have to do like one a month.
Okay, I resolved to do 2 more epic completionist lives.
Hey, Mithery,
See? You
Help
see
us
what
out,
happens? They make you... The damsels have a way of making you do things.
I think Mithery should resolve to eat goldfish and hire Garrett the Sainted.
I like that
'Cause I-
idea.
Because I know that's going to get done.
And my resolution is to get my rogue to at least level 28. I'm going to just set it kind of low. I'm not going to shoot for the whole 30. And the reason why I'm shooting it for 28 is I want to run the Haunted Halls of Evening Stars because I have very many fond memories of doing that in pen and paper. and I would like to run that and see what they did with it in DDO.
See, now you're going to have to get 2 characters to high level.
Oh, God.
I wouldn't
8 and the
either.
other to 30.
I wouldn't be there when you do Haunted Halls of the Evening Star for the first time. I think we should all do it together and hold hands.
Oh, and Twitch. Yep.
See, every time I talk, this happens.
Open your mouth.
It gets worse.
It just keeps getting worse. And I also want to try to run some raids more. And I did actually have play on Argo more because some people won't come on Canada to play with me, but apparently
You shouldn't have said anything,
they have
Drac.
plans for Canada, so stay tuned for that, I guess. And from our chat, we have Patrick saying to get to at least level 20 on a permadeath character before Lessa gets him killed.
That's not going to happen.
Ninth Bond is saying
He gets himself killed constantly, so that's not going to happen. But it's a good goal. Everyone needs a goal. You keep going.
Yeah.
Ninth Bond is saying to you not to delete characters when he gets bored with them. No more alt death.
I haven't deleted a character since 2009.
I haven't since 2006.
Yeah, I'm not a deleter.
I love them all. But today I was like, are character slots on sale yet? I have free ones, but I'm starting to feel like I'm getting too close to the cap. It's making me nervous because the G's are dropping.
Go or something.
The G's are gonna drop, and then what's gonna happen?
And TDO Central is saying, does anybody get to level 20 on a permadeath character?
Yeah, I
Yes.
answered him. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just
Okay.
TR'd my level 28 paladin in the PD Halls of Valhalla. I went all the way back to level 1, and then on Telanus in the Ducks. Me and the 5 other Ducks, we went from 28 back to level 1 before the update, so that we could
And we did it in
go
our
to
guild.
30
And
now.
We did it.
Yeah.
And didn't you do? You did some raid at the time too.
Caught in the
With the
web. Yep.
Yes,
Caught in the web.
and I was amazed. I was just amazed and transfixed by you guys doing Caught in the Web because I would have been so scared.
It was
on
a little
permanent
nerve-wracking. Yeah.
character.
That's what makes it exciting.
I'm not a brave player. I just give in to the whole death thing. My, like I've said before, my idea of permadeath is to die as often as possible. Stay dead.
And
But-
with that,
wow.
that concludes our look back at the year 2015 and our resolutions. I hope you enjoyed it. That was the first and probably only time we will ever do this.
Because it went so well.
It went so wrong so fast.
You invited me.
I know I did. I know I did.
I know. You invited all of us.
I
It's
know.
Like, what did you think was going to happen?
I know. But I think everybody enjoyed it, so I hope they did at least. That, I'm going to turn it back to Pine Leaf to see if he can try to get this train back on the track. Good luck, buddy. It's all yours.
Well, seeing how that the next thing in the show notes is for the damsels to talk about whatever they want to.
Don't
Yeah,
think
I
that's gonna happen.
Trade.
That's why I said
I
good
don't
luck.
think
It's
that's gonna happen.
Hold
We
the
have
emergency
apparently
stop
hit a
form.
sighting somewhere.
This is an that's
Maybe
an
we need to
existential
save that for
stalemate.
next week.
What?
What?
But.
What? This is very timely.
All right. What is this you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, if you are not busy tomorrow and you want to see the damsels do the hound raid on the wolves, and it won't be just us, it will be the wolves past and present guests who have joined us in the past, 30 shows, something like that. And I think it should be pretty fun. I think only one of the previous damsel guests can't make it, so it'll be kind of nice. We're
Very
gonna
sad.
be dog eat dog. We're going to do the hound.
I was curious, guys. I kind of have plans tomorrow. I have this thing that
Yeah, you have this
to do.
thing that you're coming with us to do.
Okay.
You have this thing. Don't make me come over there
See, they make you do
because I
Somebody
will.
asked me to do this thing tomorrow night at midnight
Yeah, right.
over on Argo.
Mm,
Oh man, I did this whole old thing and all that.
yep. So I believe that is going to start at 9 Pacific, so that means 11 Central and midnight Eastern.
We'll probably have a bunch of different streams going.
Yep. I'll
But
have
the
my
official stream as well, right?
Yeah, the official stream is the DDO stream, so it'll be Twitch/DDO stream. Not too bad. Plus, we put it out on the Twitch channel, but that's not that's like what I was obligated to talk about. What I really want to talk about, and this is kind of special because nobody knows about this yet.
Wait, I'm somebody.
You helped me
Me
develop
too.
it. God, the two of you, shut up!
I read the show
What
notes.
is wrong with you?
And see, Bonnie knows, Jack knows, I knows. You might as well not say it.
It's not a secret anymore. I've been wanting to do this project forever, so I started. We're starting to ramp up what I'm calling the fan service experiment. Basically, picture this. This is going to be a very permadeath light roleplay guild where you get to roleplay. It doesn't have to be somebody from the Eberron or D&D universe. You can roleplay as your favorite television character. You can roleplay as long as we can reference it, you can roleplay. Basically, fan service is going to be a multi-universe role-playing guild in the Dungeons & Dragons online universe with a specific set of rules that combines roleplay with permadeath elements. So, but every character has to have at least one quirk and one thing in their backstory that can be translated into a tangible goal. I'll give you a quick example. Draculetta, do you have a D20 in front of you?
Sure. Give me like 2 seconds that I can get one.
You better hurry up. 2 seconds is up.
See,
All right, I got one.
Finally could already have it.
Yes,
Roll a D20 and we'll see what your personality quirk is.
I rolled a 17.
You rolled a 17. Oh boy, you're a hypochondriac. You are always sick or getting sick from anything and everything. These bugs only affect you because you're much more susceptible than everyone else, and of course, everyone around you needs to be strong and hardy in order to take care of you and listen to your whining. You always want to go to a doctor, but never do because they're useless and can't cure you. All right, roll another one, and we'll see what your backstory is. And what your goal is, what your personal goal. Every character has to have a personal goal that's
And they have to be
tangible that they can
random?
take a screenshot of. No, it does not have to be random. You can pick it yourself, as long as it's doable. You can't pick something that is just inconceivable goal. So what is it? What's your number?
6.
Okay, number 6. You are a refugee from Korthos Island, but no way are you ever going back there. What if the dragon comes back? This character cannot do any quests on Korthos Island. You have to skip the whole island.
Was he kidnapped?
Oh, that's easy for Track.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, I like that.
You like that one? All right, well, let me read you this one. If you would have rolled a 1, you were a Vegas lounge singer until one day you fell into a hole in time and space. You ended up on the shores of Korthos Island looking at a little person named Jeet Shimus. You must make up a song in every single tavern you walk into, lounge singer style.
Oh my gosh.
Additionally, you must have at least one level of bard and can never skip the Korthos Island storyline. Because rolling a 1 means something.
I feel like you had me in mind when you wrote that down.
Oh, that's awesome.
Basically, what we're doing first is I'm going to do this as a static group so that I can work the bugs out of some of the rules and guidelines. And then I'm going to open it up to anyone who wants to try it and join. And that's going to be on the Caneth server, Draculetta. So you can join.
Who is this person that you speak of? And what is the server that you speak of? I'm not familiar with
The one
it.
that you said doesn't get an...
It's going to be on Caneth.
God, my stupid mouth. Me and my stupid mouth.
And the damsels of DDO.com.
I was running around my house earlier today when I read that sentence. I was like shrieking. I was like, "It's gonna get Caneth!" And people were like staring at me. Cats were staring at me. They're like, "What is your problem?" This is gonna be on Caneth.
So, and I'm
Be
guessing I have to take part in this as well, correct?
You do. You must join the fan service roleplay guild.
Okay.
Actually, it's fan service RPPD. I've already created it on Caneth. So.
Well, is this the time for me to mention that on one of my free-to-play accounts, I have a character based off of Dean Winchester. But
Oh my
Dean
god!
was
That's so
Dean
great.
was taken as a name. Dean was taken as a name. So I had to name him Got Pie.
That's awesome.
God pie.
But he has the haircut. I think my character looks
that's
like
awesome.
Dean
That is
Winchester.
amazing.
Oh, see, I would make you take critical pie as a feat.
And the thing is, he's looking for baby, and he can't find baby.
Oh no.
It's tragic. It's so so tragic.
Does everybody know who Dean Winchester is besides me?
How could anybody not know?
How could you not know?
Yeah, I was going to say everybody should. Well, okay. Pineley probably doesn't know.
Okay. Okay, there's a
Do you
television
know
show called
Pineley?
Supernatural.
Who?
Okay.
Thank you, Pineley.
There's a television show. There's a
We'll
television
explain it
show
to
on
you
the
after.
CW that is like a sci-fi fantasy horror television show, and it's been on the.
It's
CW
been around
like
for a
11
little
years
while, yeah.
now. And Dean Winchester is one of the main characters. The main characters are two brothers that fight like.
Is he the one that used to be on the Gilmore Girls?
Things. No, he's the other one. This one used to be on Smallville, I think, and General Hospital,
Yeah,
and
it's on Smallville.
Birds of
Didn't watch
Prey
that.
or something.
No.
I can't remember what that show was.
Can you name
was
a
the-
name that
was
I
it-
used to watch?
Which I am now boycotting that show, but that's besides the point.
Just go look it up on the internet. You'll find his face so many places. And
Okay.
wait, no, maybe you should. We might need to put search parameters in because there's some things that we might not want you to see. But trust me, my
Internet-
character looks like
Internet safe search. It's
The
night
internet is
revels,
the
not
safe
night
place.
reveals. Don't search
Trust me,
the
I already have those on there.
Don't search the internet. Never
The internet
let
is a
mommy rock
bad,
the internet.
scary place.
But anyhow, it's a dude from a television show, a character from a television show, who likes pie a lot.
Who doesn't like pie?
I think we've totally broke
No
Pineley
one.
at this point.
Yeah, anyway.
Poor Pineley. He's like,
Continuing
yeah,
on.
I'm done. Pineley was just like, I'm done. I'm out.
We're never going to be invited back at the same time, you damsels.
Nope. Thought they learned their lesson last time they did this. Apparently not.
Somebody's going
Apparently
to
not.
have to get a concussion and hit on the head so that they have temporary memory loss for us to get on the show together again.
That's how we get Draculetta into the van when we go questing with him. Like verbatim, that's exactly what happens. Hey, Drac, look over there.
Me. That's what you do to me.
Oh,
You're
God.
special.
Okay. Anyway, so when is all this going to start? You said you're going to do like
Sometime in January. I need to find
February.
3 other players first. February, right? I need to, but in January I will be shopping for players. So look for me in the next couple of days to post this on the Damsels website and the DDO forums under static groups. Yep. The hard part is
Reserve a
always
spot.
because of certain people who live in California. The hard part is always finding somebody who is compatible with our time zone.
Smithery, you are so
I
disagreeable.
know, right?
What can I say?
Well, you're the center of the universe, so we pretty much have to suck it up, Buttercup.
That's exactly right.
Is it me now? Do I pimp stuff?
Yeah, it's time for you to pimp stuff.
Okay, so I had planned to have a new DDO song done like by now, so that I could like totally talk about how stupid it is like during the show. But I'm still making the video. It's taking longer to make the video, but I have the song, and it's going to be called "A Festival Carol Duet for Halfling and Elf," and it should be up on YouTube by the time that Draculetta edits together this long 50-hour
edit?
podcast.
There's no editing of the show. This was going
By the
straight
time
up.
he manages to upload it to YouTube successfully, it's a 50-hour podcast. I should be done, I think. It'll definitely be done by Wednesday in honor of festival. And then the other thing, and I'm going to try not to say the G word. I want to plug a tweet from Christopher Perkins yesterday because I'm not stalking him. A player was asking Christopher Perkins about character ideas for an entertainer rogue Forrest G. And he replied, if you can talk your DM into giving you an awakened shrub companion, you'll always have privacy when you take a pee. And this struck me, okay?
I love
Because
Christopher
we've all done Grim and Barrett, right? The infight. So, because now I totally want a cosmetic shrubbery companion for my future G more than anything in the universe. And I know someone who devs at DDO and creates quests likes shrubbery because of the infight of Grim and Barrett. So I think this goal is obtainable. So I tweeted at DDO Unlimited about this cosmetic shrubbery companion idea, and Chris Perkins faved it. So that is kind of like a blessing coming from the current Pope of DMs, you know? Because he's like the Pope of DMs. So bring us shrubbery! Take my
The shrubbery
money!
at the end of that quest would be going around, jumping and dancing and going, she's taking a pee over here, guys, over here. They wouldn't help you.
I know, but think about all the other shrubbery, like in the world. Like you go to like the Forgotten Realms, you go to the High Road, and all the shrubbery there has bandits in it, and you don't want that going on when you're trying to take a pee. And in Eberron, there's like no toilets, or there's that like grungy stuff in like Siegebreaker that you don't want to mess with. So I'm just saying, take my money, DDO. Give me shrubbery.
So just play a tank and go in your armor. It's fine.
Yeah, I can't always be a paladin.
Trade secret.
Her purity.
Oh,
Her
my.
That's right.
cleanses all.
That's right.
And purity and justice. All right, I'm done. Pine Leaf can now bring us back into the realm of sanity.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck on that matter. Let's head into our week in DDO, where we will talk about the insanity we did last week. Drac?
I spent most of my time in Evening Star on my level 21 rogue. I did the entire Menace of the Underdark Darkening quest chain. Look, I can't even talk now. And I really like Battle for Evening Star. I enjoyed that quest a lot. And I was doing those on Epic Normal. I tried to do most of these on Epic Normal because I'm seeing now that, oh my gosh, I'm going to be level 21 forever. It's taking me so long to get levels. So I did the Druid's Deep quest chain, did that on Epic Normal as well. Didn't have any problems until the last quest in there, the Druid's Curse. Holy crap, that boss fight, like, just totally kicked my butt hard. I'm seeing I definitely need to look at like new armor and new jewelry and some more PRR and MRR because I'm just getting owned in some of these quests. I started the Netherese Legacy. I'm only doing that one on hard because the Epic Normal was like, I want to say 2 levels above me, and I knew there was no way I was going to be able to do that. So I did Detour on that one, and then I did just a couple other quests that were in there. I did Murder by Night on hard, and then I was selling some stuff in the main little square there, and I seen, oh, hey, that guy has a quest, and it was called Don't Drink the Water, and I'm like, cool, all right, I'll do that. And I
drink the water?
I'm level 21, quest was level 22, so I'm like, sure, we'll do it. So I set it for hard. So I go in, I didn't have any problems till I get to the end. Holy crap, it's a dragon. And yeah, I was just dead. I was like dead, just dead. The dragon was almost dead. He had a total, I had some full, luckily I had gold seals with me, so I pulled out some gold seals to thinking maybe that would help me. No, we just got totally wiped out. It was just like a total party wipe. So the dragon had about a quarter of his health left. So I released, went back in, went back down. It took forever to get back down to him and finally killed him at the end. But oh my gosh, that dragon is... Who knew there was a dragon at the bottom of that quest?
So did you get any green skills?
Yeah, I was going to say less is collecting.
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact.
On the wrong server, though.
I did.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, oh wow, that dragon was... Because, I fought dragons before. Yeah, no, I've never fought a dragon before. This dragon was I was just like, I am so dead. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. That's a fun little quest, but jeez, I really need some armor or something because I'm just, now that I'm starting to do like these harder upper level quests, I'm seeing my rogue is just not very viable anymore. So I don't know if that's a build problem or if it's more like a gear problem. So I have to figure that out.
Since I'm going to build a character on Kenneth, I'll help you out with that.
Okay, cool. And then
have 2 rogues sneaking around together.
I know we lost. He just dropped.
Oh, yeah, I muted myself.
Weird.
Oh,
Totally muted myself.
He didn't like that idea. Okay,
I
we will
did.
not
He
run
does
around
not want to
together.
sneak around with you.
Bye.
I was talking about how awesome it was
sneaking.
and how
He was
amazing it was, and I couldn't wait to like sneak, and I started sneaking already, like Bonnie said. I was sneaking around, and then I looked and I'm like, oh, hey, I muted myself. That's awesome. They didn't hear a word I just said. I
After
totally
the
agreed with...
2 hours,
Yeah.
that silence was frightening.
We've been cut off the air. And then the only other thing I did was with Pine Leaf. Well, I will let him talk about that.
Very well. Then we'll go into my week, and we'll begin with my Artificer, level 18, with Drac. And we ran the Codex War. Therefore, we ran to Curse the Sky. This was right after they removed all the horns, so I didn't understand what the whole bit about horns was. And we also did the Creeping Death, and this is the one with I'll say, Tile Puzzle Heaven. Then on my level 3 rogue / warlock / druid, I ran missing in action and the sunken sewer. And during the sunken sewer, I came close to drowning because I at the end of the quest, you have to go into the water in order to get to the boss fight. And just before that point, I got the overburden message.
Someone might have cast that spell on you. Ray of Enfeeblement, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know if it was because of Ray of Enfeeblement or if I just had too much on me. I think it was that I was actually carrying a huge amount of stuff and forgot to sell some stuff, and apparently I had 3 or 4 sets of armor in my backpack. So it wasn't from Ray of Enfeeblement. It was actually I had a huge amount of stuff in there, and I came close to dying on a permadeath character in the sunken sewer.
So you're saying you're a hoarder. That's what you're saying.
I heard that.
So, Bonnie, what did you do?
I leveled Primsy Pink Bottle on Argo because I had to prepare her for the Damsel's Wolf Cult. That's what I call it. I don't know what they call it. I'm calling it the Damsel's Wolf Cult.
Just join a cult.
A van comes by your house and they tell you to breathe in and don't mind the chloroform smell. And then you wake up and they're like, "You like wolves, don't you?" And you're like, "Well, I don't know. Though you like wolves," they say. And then you're a wolf.
Pretty much verbatim.
That's pretty much how it happened with me. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. Yeah.
So I streamed it on Twitch and it was awful. Drac was there. I mean, I died so much. I was just killing myself.
There was a lot of deaths involved.
I have a question. Is this the new lycanthropy?
The new lycanthropy?
You do raise a very valid point.
That's pretty good.
It is. But I was doing the Trials of the Archon chain on Elite when I was streaming yesterday, and it was just anybody who wanted to see excellence in gameplay, they were probably crying watching it. And anybody who maybe wanted to be entertained by somebody tripping over themselves probably loved it. But I don't know. I ended up having fun even though I died so much. And I also had a moment when I was collecting collectibles, and I caught myself cackling when I got my second Amulet of the Archbishop in one play session. And I call that the Lessa collectible effect.
I like this
Lessa
name.
has this thing. She has this thing where you start grouping with her, and she's like, "You aren't collecting collectibles. Why would you not do that?" And then the brainwashing comes in, and she's like, "You like collectibles? Collectibles are good. You can trade them in for all these magical things." So she got me hooked on collectibles when we were doing the spring fling. You really got me hooked.
Collectible, you can play Amulet. Argument Roulette. So
at first I was clicking everything, and then Mari came along, and she's like, "No, Bonnie, you have to QE for Mari." And so I QE for Mari and all the collectibles. And now I'm just obsessive. And so, yeah, I get an Amulet of the Archbishop, and I'm like, "Oh, it's their tier, mwah!" And it's so exciting. And it's Lessa's fault. It's Lessa's fault. That was my week.
Everything is always Lessa's fault. I blame everything on Lessa.
She has her fingers.
Even when she's not there, I say this is Lessa's fault somehow.
There's nothing I don't like about this conversation.
It's a lot better than update 29 for you, huh?
Yeah. The Lessa update. Let's just go there.
The Lessa Rift.
The Lessa Rift. Get in the
My
van.
cat just heard that.
What do you think was going to happen?
What happened during Lessa's week? I really, really want to know.
Well, it's Christmas, so I didn't have too much playtime. But so most of what little playtime I've had has been on Galanda in the PD Halls of Valhalla, trying to level my PD, my Paladin back up to 20, and I'm level 9 already. So, and I've been writing guidelines like a mad person for my roleplay permadeath project. And then set up the guild on Caneth. That's it. That was my whole week.
No, it wasn't, because we did the Damsels of DDO last Tuesday.
We did a show. I'm supposed to be editing and haven't yet. Right.
Well, you can edit this one, and then you can edit your Damsel show.
No, I'm good. I can't stand editing long shows.
Yeah, tell me about it. Right there with you.
Oh, we had Patrick on last week too. I should mention that. Yeah.
He's the best damsel.
For real. I love that redhead.
I could make a South Park joke here, but I won't. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, Saba?
Well, I'll let Myth talk about what we did with the damsels. So I got somebody up to 30, ran those new quests a bunch of times, so I'm all ready for the Shroud on several characters. And then I did raiding with my guild. Nothing humorous.
Okay, Myth.
Yes. Oh.
That's you.
Thank you. Mostly, I just recovered from making lots of Yark peppermint patties and lid cakes and sending them to Lessa and Rent.
Yes, and they were delicious.
Hey, wait. How come she gets food? I don't get food.
It's Lessa.
Homemade peppermint patties that have a picture of a kobold on the wrapping, and it says Yark peppermint patties on it.
Oh,
so cute! Oh, it's so adorable. I
That's
die.
amazing.
That is why Mithery is in the center of the universe. I believe. That sounds amazing.
And I helped Lessa make up stuff for her roleplay project, and we apparently did a show. I don't remember what we did.
Is there any
I don't remember where we went.
Oh my! We were in House C.
We were in House Canis,
It
I
was
guess.
life altering.
Oh, right. We did Blown to Bits and Power Play.
Are you sure? Are you sure this was not just like a dream one of you
It
had?
might have been a dream.
And now you're all thinking this happened.
It's
You
probably
woke
a
up and
dream.
Bobby Ewing was in the shower.
The shower is where I get my best ideas.
Okay, that's too much information.
She just made it
Yeah.
Waiting.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what to think right now.
If you would like to
Everybody's
help
trying to think
support
something.
DDO players, you can go to the donations page where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. There you will find rewards, including a mention on DDO Players News, or even be a guest host with us.
Not after this show, they won't.
No. I think people should set up a Pine Leaf Sanity Fund or something. Send him some emails because after this show he needs some support.
Therapy.
No.
We did not receive any
Sorry.
emails this week, thank goodness. But you can send one to us at podcast@ddoplayers.com. You could also follow us at Twitter, the Players Alliance @PlayersAlly, DDO Players @DDO Players, Draculetta @Draculetta_72, and Pineleaf @Pineleaf Needles. You can also follow us our guests, Bonnie Bew @Bonnie Bew, Sabajade @Sabajade, Lesa @Lesa, and Mithri @Mithri1. You had to be different, right?
Yes.
We have on the Players Alliance 4 live shows. Every Monday at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have DDO Players News. Every other Thursday at 9 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have XP Quest. Every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have Lotro Players News. And every other Saturday after Lotro Players News, we have Tales of the Free Folk. And you can join us for our live shows at ddoplayers.com/live. That is all for tonight. And this is Pineleaf Needles reminding you to quest responsibly.
And don't say gnomes.
Oh,
Gnomes.
No!
That was 10.
They're coming for you.